Radio check, radio check. There we go. Yeah, and just like that, we're live. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Data Visualize YouTube channel. For today, the British Grand Prix, the race this time. It's the third time we are here this weekend. And yeah, today is finally the race. So how are you all doing today? Oh my god, this poll does not close. Hello, hey Danzu03, Darren, Modiaish, Pavlo. Hello everybody. Hi. Yeah, so today is finally the day of the Grand Prix. The actual race will be today after a very unusual weekend. A very unusual set of sessions, a very unusual qualifying. The sprint race, the first ever Formula One sprint race. Sprint qualifying. Okay, let's call it like that. Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I wouldn't mind seeing it again a few more times this season. I know you guys didn't enjoy it for the most part, but I mean, I thought it was quite good. Hi from Spain. Hola, Adri. Good. What about you? I'm good. I'm quite good. Yeah, had a good night's sleep. And it's almost 11 a.m. So the race is starting at 11. So it's a great time for me to be able to sleep late. Woke up at about 9:30, 10 a.m. On a race day, which is unusual. But yeah, it was quite nice. What happened to Perez starting in the pits? Yeah, he screwed up in qualifying. So he's starting from the back. No, not from the pit lane. Unless they had to change a ton of stuff from the car. Breaking park for May rules, but we'll have to see about that. It's about midnight here. Oh, damn. South Pacific. Been waiting for you to live stream this. Oh, well, thank you, Ishmael. Hope you have a good time today. And yeah, thank you for sticking around and from coming back here. But yeah, today, as I was saying, is going to be the race. We're going to be starting in about 15 minutes. We have some updates concerning qualifying yesterday. From some completely upside down, disgusting, unusual, illogical stewarding. Yeah, Russell is getting a penalty, if you guys didn't know. I mean, there were a ton of incidents during the race, but apparently the only one worth a penalty is Russell racing. So yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. Both drivers said it was a racing incident, but no. He got a 3-place grid drop for today. Just completely disgusting penalty enforcement here. Makes no sense whatsoever. And yeah, it's just, I mean, no one was happy about that. Literally no one. So yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that there's new for today from yesterday. Yeah, so brilliant qualifying yesterday by Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton could not hold on, and Valtteri Bottas, he started on the soft tires, but just could not make them work enough for an overtake and for taking the lead. But the upper hand is for Mercedes, who can, this race day. Seeing as Perez is going to be starting dead last, he will not be able to defend position for Verstappen. So he has no bodyguard. Let's say Hamilton and Bottas are free to attack. And to get past on the pit stops or whatever, and to make a better strategy would just put them ahead. And yeah, that's what we like to see: close racing and a close championship. So. Will Russell get points today? Yeah, I mean, he's got the pace. He's definitely got the pace. If he can get past a few of the guys and there's a little bit of carnage up ahead, maybe, I don't know, Ocon, Sainz, yeah, sure, he could. He absolutely could. So it's 29 degrees, fully sunny on the racetrack. For you guys, there's not going to be any rain whatsoever today. 51 degrees track temperature, just a little bit of wind. And yeah, it's quite humid as well, so, but not a single cloud in sight. Why has the race not started? Because it starts in, it says there, 13 minutes, 13 seconds on the stream itself. Yeah, it's gonna get started as soon as the race starts. How do you feel about the sprint qualifying? I didn't mind it. I thought it was quite entertaining, to be honest. It was something new. It was something different, and it was quite fun. I mean, I wouldn't like seeing it replace the current format. No, definitely not. But to have sporadically throughout the calendar, maybe when we have two races at the same venue, one of them could be on this new format, and that would spice things up and would make it all a lot more interesting and worth the watch. So yeah, I think that would be quite nice to implement it in that way. How do you feel about the 2022 car? Okay, I mean, I asked this a lot through the weekend. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, the new regulations, I always thought looked just amazing. The leaked images of the black and red car were just insane. I was in love. But then yeah, we got the unveiling of the car. Yes, well, no, it was on Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was on Thursday. With that livery, the white and red livery with the rainbow pattern, and it was just that livery was horrifying. Yeah, it was disgusting, but still, it doesn't detract from the fact that the actual car is insane. It's a masterpiece of machinery, and it's an absolute beauty of a car. I mean, it doesn't look real. It looks like something out of a movie. But yeah, next year we're going to see 20 of those prancing around the grid prancing around the racetrack. I mean, every single weekend. So yeah, it's gonna be quite fun, and I cannot wait personally. So yeah, Perez started P20 or the pit lane. Let me check if I can. Perez. Okay, so there is no footage there. No, there's no onboard footage for any car right now, and the main feed has not showed him yet. So I am not able to tell you with full confidence, but I think it's just going to be P20 because it did set a lap time. But yeah, I don't know what they had to change or not for today. So yeah, I'll let you guys know as soon as I have the answer. Lando podium, what do you think? If there's a driver that can get a podium today, it's definitely Lando. Also Charles. They are two. Yeah, they are like the two go-to guys for a podium if something were to go wrong up ahead, or if just one of the Mercedes or Max was not on the pace. Yeah, I could definitely see it happening, 100%. I mean, they are closer to the front runners than the midfield right now, to be honest. Those McLarens. Yeah, I remember when I was mocked for being a McLaren fan back in the Honda days, and now everyone is a McLaren fan. So I mean, whatever. I still know where my loyalties lay, and yeah. I mean, I wouldn't stop being a fan of a team just because they're doing wrong. They're doing wrong. They're doing badly. Hey, another donation. Hello, good morning. Well, good afternoon, good night. Supermax and Checo fan Red Bull Racing Honda. Good day, Ryan. Been loving your videos on Ryan F1. Thank you so much. I put a lot of effort into those. Right now, I haven't been uploading for quite a while because I just don't have anything else to talk about. If there's some topic I want to put my mind out or whatever, I will definitely do so. It's a great platform, but yeah, right now I just felt like I was trying to come up with stuff and pressing for things that just weren't there, and I was just burning myself out, and it was really detracting from my enjoyment of not only Formula One but the race weekend and the commentary and everything. So I just thought taking a little bit of a break was the best thing for me. And yeah, I'll be back as soon as I have some more stuff to tell with the new cars, with the driver markets, with everything. It's just been a little bit of a quiet start to the season and an off season as well. There's not been much going on. I may have a video on my opinion on the sprint qualifying format. Maybe a little bit, yeah, I may do that. That sounds fun. But yeah, since I also study communications, I mean, I have to write scripts and articles and everything for university, and I mean, it sucks a little bit of my creative juices. So yeah, it sucks them up, and I don't have them so much for making new content and for sitting and writing a lot. But yeah, it's just something that happens. I went through a little bit of a burnout period a few months ago. I'm back now, full swing. But yeah, I just realized that if I'm not enjoying making YouTube videos, I shouldn't do it, because that's something I started doing because I loved it. And yeah, if I'm not fully enjoying it, I feel like I'm destroying my passion. So as soon as I have the inspiration or whatever, I will 100% be back. Nomen est omen. Thanks again for streaming. Thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around, for coming again and again and again every single weekend, and of course for your donation. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to us. Race starting in about 6 minutes now. Paris prediction. That's an interesting prediction. I mean, he's starting P20. I think he will get to in the top 10, definitely. Maybe targeting around P8, P7, maybe ahead of Ricardo as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Creativity comes when it does. You can't rush it, Ryan. Understand, man. Yeah. It's something that just happens when it happens. I sometimes have 3-4 ideas all at the same time, and I write everything, and then I put the videos out once. Yeah, I mean, I queue them all up, but yeah, I mean, I just haven't been inspired to write and to come up with stuff for yeah, around a month and a half now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on that matter. I mean, I started my channel because I wanted to put my thoughts out, and I reached a point where I don't have anything else that I want to talk about right now. Everything I wanted to say, I've already said it. Every single point I wanted to put across, every single piece of knowledge I wanted to share, I've already done it. So Yeah, I mean, I would be making up stuff which I don't like. I want to make good quality content. So as soon as there's something to talk about, something I want to put my mind out, I will definitely do so. Does Russell have a penalty? Yeah, unfortunately he does. Oh, another donation, 5 Canadians from Brad. Been watching for a few races. Thank you for broadcasting. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you a lot, guys. Right, so the broadcast, the F1 broadcast has already started. Does Russell start 3 places back? Yes, he does. I'm so excited. It's almost midnight here. Really? Midnight? Damn. I kind of change the graphic to white. It's dark. It's hard to see. I mean, personally, I think it's fine, but and also the track as well. As soon as we get the drivers going, it's gonna be fine. So that you don't have to worry about that. Alonso predictions. I think it's going to holding his position would be a great finishing position, but I think he's going to lose out a little bit to maybe Sainz coming up ahead, maybe also Perez. I think he can hold Vettel back. I think he can beat strategy and or whatever, but I think he can. So today's compounds are going to be the C1, the C2, and the C3. I think this is the that is the less used three pairs of three compounds. So Max Verstappen will be starting on pole position ahead of Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas in the second row. Charles Leclerc will be alongside the Finn. And then behind, the third row is exclusively McLaren. Lando Norris ahead of his teammate Ricciardo. Fernando Alonso qualifying brilliantly yesterday, P7 for him, ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who just could not make the move stick. Esteban Ocon will be starting behind due to Russell's penalty, with Carlos Sainz on P10, Gasly 11th, and Russell 12th, unfortunately. P13 would be for Kimi Raikkonen, who starts next to Lance Stroll, who gained the position in yesterday's sprint race. Antonio Giovinazzi will be P15 next to Yuki Tsunoda. Nicolas Latifi will be starting P17 next to Mick Schumacher. And behind them, we have Nikita Mazepin with Sergio Perez starting from the pit lane. Sergio Perez will be starting the race from the pit lane. That is confirmed now. And yeah, so he will have a lot of a disadvantage there on the start. He will not be able to make up any positions into turn one, and yeah, it's going to be a tough one for him. Do you know which tire everyone's using? Yes, I do. Since sprint qualifying does not lock the tires in, everyone is starting on the mediums. Everyone except for Sergio Perez, who's starting on the hards from the pit lane. He's going to go for the reverse strategy probably. And if you ask me, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And yeah, I think Checo is going to be on for a good strategy today with the race. Wait, are we restarting on lap 17? No. We're starting from scratch here. Oh God, I have to take my medicine. I forgot. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. So yeah, we will get started with the formation lap any second now. As I say that, the clock just ticked, and yeah, the formation lap is underway. Your voice is a bit low. Is it? I can try speaking a little bit closer to the microphone, but yeah, I'm in the same position as I always am. So, do you love the sprint race? I didn't love it. I didn't mind it. I thought it was interesting, and I liked the concept. Thank God, if we restarted from lap 17, it would have been completely nonsensical. Oh yeah, definitely. Was the race delayed? I thought I missed the start already. No, no, you didn't. It was fine. So we haven't started yet. Everyone on medium tires except for Perez on hards. Yeah, definitely. Your voice is great. Why don't you start an ASMR channel? Because I wouldn't bear listening to my own voice in editing. I mean, I despise ASMR. I just it gives me yeah, it makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, and having to listen to it and edit it. Yeah, I mean, I would just kill myself. It sounds good. Change your headset, dude. Yeah, maybe you just have to. Yeah. Did the formation lap already start? Yeah, the formation lap is underway. Everyone is doing their warm ups. No one has gone off. It's all pretty standard right now. Formation lap underway, of course. Where do you think Perez will finish? I already said around the top 10. Not deep into the top 10, but maybe P6. Yeah, that would be a realistic finishing position. Weather forecast, fully sunny, completely sunny all the way through. A little bit hot, even 28 degrees, I think it's the temperature, the air temperature. So yeah, a little bit hot there, with some rays shining down, some sun rays, some UV light. Yeah, oh, that's Tom Cruise. Hello, Tom Cruise, in the Mercedes pit garage. But yeah, the formation lap is finishing now. Drivers are finally lining up. Oh, that's Harrison Ford as well? Yeah, that's Harrison Ford on the Williams. That is... who's that? I think it's from the Royal British family or something like that on the McLaren garage. Anyway, yeah, so we are now seeing the Williams of Russell lining up. That is P12 already done and dusted. That is Mazepin coming around the final corner as we speak. And Sergio Perez waiting patiently on the pit lane for the race start. That is everyone already there. Green flag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are racing at Silverstone. Max Verstappen gets a great start, but it's side to side with Lewis Hamilton, who also gets an amazing start. Charles Leclerc manages to get past Valtteri Bottas, and Max Verstappen manages to hold the lead while they go side to side into turn 1. But Hamilton is not giving up that easily. He's still holding on to that. Charles Leclerc on P3, and then there's the McLarens P5 and P6 still holding their position. That is one of the Williams who had a great start, and we are already seeing a gap developing to the rest of the drivers. That is Lewis Hamilton side by side with Max Verstappen, and going around the outside, he looks like he's going to take the position, but no, just enough does the switchback, and it's just not enough. Max Verstappen manages to hold on to the lead, but Lewis Hamilton is not giving up on that championship fight whatsoever. He is battling, he is trying to pass at every single opportunity. Side by side they go once again around the back straight. Oh, and Max Verstappen is out. Max Verstappen spins. They crash, yellow flag. That is just it for Max Verstappen, who loses his right rear tire after contact with Lewis Hamilton, and we are seeing now Charles Leclerc leading the Grand Prix. We have a safety car out. Max Verstappen out of the race. Yeah, safety car, Aston Martin safety car right now. Goddamn, that was a big impact. Is Max okay? Let's see, let us see him walking out of the car. Please, 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 let us see him. Leclerc is now leading, so from Lewis Hamilton. then Valtteri Bottas on P3, P4 for Norris, Ricciardo behind. Sebastian Vettel got past Fernando Alonso, and Carlos Sainz had a great start already up to P8. Kimi Raikkonen as well, P9, Esteban Ocon P10, Lance Stroll P11, Pierre Gasly P12, Antonio Giovinazzi ahead of Russell, who dropped back to P14, so points don't seem to be on the table now. Yuki Tsunoda ahead of Mick Schumacher, Nicolas Latifi P17, and Mazepin behind Sergio Perez, who could not get past a single driver today. This is going to be a massive blow for the Constructors' Championship for the Red Bull Racing Team, as the two Mercedes are on P2 and P3. One of the drivers is out for Red Bull, and the other one is on dead last position. Hamilton's got damage. Yeah, he's going to be coming in soon. Max Verstappen is out of the car. He seems to be fine. A big impact. He's definitely going to go to the medical center for a checkup there. But yeah, he seems to be out. He seems to be fine. He's walking. All his limbs are in place. So yeah, sigh of relief for everyone there as we see the championship leader getting out of the car unscathed. Luckily. Whose fault? I honestly don't know. We'll have to see the replay on that accident. I mean, it was just rough racing. I don't think... Oh, red flag. That's a red flag? Yeah, red flag of the race. Okay, so we are now seeing the replay. Hamilton around the outside, then switches to the inside. And yeah, they just touched a little bit there, and the wheel came completely off. The wheel just came completely off. That was, yeah, I mean, that was really, really, really weird to see. Yeah, it was an instant puncture, and the lamination of the tire that came clean off. I don't think it was. Let's see. Okay, so Hamilton may have gone a little bit deep into the corner. Yeah, sure. I mean, a penalty would make sense. It's a little bit more Hamilton's fault, but I think it's still a racing incident. I mean, yeah, that was a little bit of an extreme consequence for a very non-intense accident, let's say. But yeah. I mean, the stewards will have to decide. Red flag, as I said, red flag, as they have to fix the barrier. It's been a while since we have a red flag. Quite a few races. But yeah, Leclerc managed to take the position there as Hamilton slowed down after the crash. So Hamilton checking in on Max. Is he okay? Yeah, they just told him that he's out of the car. So yeah, Leclerc is now... yes, last one was in Baku, yeah. Yeah, that was, what, 3 races ago? We had Baku, and then we had the 2 Austrias, right? Let me check the full schedule. So yeah, Baku, then France. Oh yeah, France. We had France, and it was a good race. Then the 2 Austrias, and then the British Grand Prix. But in France, we had red flags in qualifying. A few red flags in qualifying. So yeah, everyone gets new tires now. Everyone is free to do whichever changes they feel like. If they put on the hards, they can go to the end now. If they want to, they're probably not going to, but I mean, it counts as the mandatory pit stop. This. So if they switch the compound now, they can maybe gamble it and try to go as far as possible with maybe the hard compound, and then maybe come in for the mediums at around the quarter to last part, or for a soft compound. It could be either way, or maybe put on a new set of softs, but that means that they will have to stop again, which being Silverstone, they will definitely have to. I mean, I don't think it's anyone's fault. I see a lot of people blaming Max. There are a lot of people blaming Hamilton. I don't think it was dirty racing whatsoever. I think it was close racing. I mean, if it would, it could have definitely been the other way around. If it was Lewis up ahead with Max's aggressive racing. We're just not used to seeing Lewis racing aggressively, and that was just what we saw today. Right now, I mean, he was aggressive because he has a position to gain and he's got a lot to lose. So yeah, I think we're just not used to seeing him racing that way. But yeah, it was an amazing first lap. I mean, I was fully up for it. Yeah, no, that was not dirty racing whatsoever. I mean, if you guys could see the replay, that was just extremely close and extremely respectful racing by both of them. They left the space, they went back and forth. I mean, I think it was okay. It was a racing incident. I still would say Hamilton is more to blame for that. 100%, he was more to blame for that. But it was a. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't get a penalty. Well, actually, he would definitely have to get a penalty. He would definitely have to get a penalty because of the precedent set yesterday at the sprint race. By Russell and Carlos Sainz. If Russell got a penalty, Hamilton now has to get a penalty as well. Yeah, Hamilton. Yeah, Russell got a penalty. Hamilton deserves a penalty. Yeah, fully agree. I mean, that's the shit precedent that the shit stewarding sets. Same as last week with the penalties. I mean, they just set the precedent and then they had to keep the consistency, which hindered the whole race, and ended up being detrimental to the results. So we are still under the red flag. Let's see if on the pit lane channel we have, repairing. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to see. They still have not removed Max's car. They are assessing the damage. Yeah, I think they're, as soon as they get rid of Max's car, they are going to they are seeing now how they can repair the barrier for it to be safe for a secondary collision and everything there. Yeah, I assume it's going to be around 15 minutes until at least 15 minutes until the restart. It's gonna be a long race, I'm telling you. Yeah, definitely. I have a sneeze inside my nose, and I've been feeling it for like a minute now, and it's driving me crazy. I have to sneeze. My God, please. Does Hamilton have a penalty now? No, not yet. I think it will eventually come, maybe even before the end of the red flag. But yeah, they are now okay, fully on the barriers. If I blame favoritism on Hamilton again, oh no, they just haven't even started investigating the incident. They definitely will. They're fixing with some tape there, some sensors of Hamilton's car, the front wing more so than anything, as to not change the whole part. Hold your nose. Yeah, I've already done that, but when I have to commentate, it's hard to hold the nose. Because I will sound like this, and you don't want me to sound like that. How many laps are going to be raced? 52 laps still. We have only done 2, so 50 left to go. Bro, I saw the replay. It's just racing. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Turn 9 incident involving Hamilton and Verstappen under investigation for causing a collision. All right, so the race control has already taken it into their own hands, and yeah, we'll have to see what they come up with. How long is the restart? Oh no, there's no restart. It's a red flag. The race is stopped. They have to change the something there on the barrier. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while, but yeah. I wish I could see the actual race, not just this circuit. Well, you can probably go. Oh, Ripple to the FIA. Let's see. Horner saying that the corner was definitely not Lewis's and that they shouldn't go alongside, and there was a massive accident and 100% Max's corner, saying Horner. So yeah, Hamilton is to blame 100%. That shouldn't never have been in that position. So he has to. Yeah. So he's saying that, yeah, now that things have calmed down a little bit, it's under investigation for the steward. So yeah, Red Bull are seeking the maximum penalty for Hamilton, the death penalty. No, I'm just kidding. They're maybe seeking a stop and go or a 10-second stop go or something like that. Yeah, not the death penalty, but yeah, that's pretty much what Red Bull are looking for. While of course Mercedes are saying it wasn't their fault. Did Hamilton get a penalty? They are under. It's under investigation. As soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. Oh, sorry, we're on lap 3, not lap 2. So yeah, we have 49 laps left of racing. Why isn't the race starting? How long will it take to get the car out? It's not just the car out, but yeah, they still haven't gotten the car out still because it's partly inside the barrier pretty much. So yeah, as soon as yeah, they're just looking at the car. I don't know what they are doing, honestly. Everyone is sitting there looking at the car. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I have no idea. The cranes are there, but yeah, they're just looking at the car. Let's see, Mercedes to the FIA. Lewis was alongside, not ahead, on the inside of turn 9. So yeah. I declare war on Hamilton. I don't think it was dirty racing. I don't either. I think it was aggressive racing, definitely. But that's what Max Verstappen is always praised for. I mean, we shouldn't pursue double standards. If it's okay for one, if it's okay for everybody. And yeah, I mean, it was. I don't think it was dirty. I think it was aggressive. Maybe a little bit more than it should have been. But yeah, that's what the pressure does to somebody. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Is it possible that Hamilton is disqualified? No, no. It's highly unlikely. Oh, FIA Radio 2. Yeah, so Red Bull are still complaining. And Michael Massey is saying, yeah, the stewards are investigating. Just chill, dude. So, yeah. Yeah, they were side by side. Who do you support? I support a good championship fight. I mean, I personally, neither of them are my favorite drivers. So I don't have any preference. But yeah, that Red Bull is completely knackered. There's nothing. I mean, it's mangled, fully mangled, that car. But yeah, they're going to give the corpse of the car back to the Red Bull garage. Um, so yeah, seeing as none of those drivers are my favorite drivers, I have no bias, no preference. I see the things as they are, and I think it was aggressive racing. Not overly aggressive, not. I've been called a Hamilton fanboy. I've been called a Max Verstappen fanboy, depending on what my stance on an incident is. The truth is, I'm neither. I'm just a racing fanboy, and I like to see close racing, good racing, respectful racing, and a close championship fight. And yeah, I mean, this shouldn't have happened. I would have loved to see a fair overtake on the track on Verstappen by Hamilton. That would have been good to see. I don't like it when a driver runs away with the championship, be it Verstappen, be it Hamilton, be it Norris, be it pretty much anyone. So yeah, I'm just a fan of the sport. I think Max was a little bit close to the wall, a little bit more maybe than it should have been. But yeah, Hamilton also shouldn't have contested that corner. It was a risky move, and yeah, they both paid the consequence. None of them wanted to back off, and that's what happens when none of them back off. So. What does Hamilton shouldn't be there mean? Please explain. Okay, no problem. It was not his corner. I mean, Hamilton is saying that he was ahead. The team is saying that Hamilton was ahead, but he clearly wasn't. They were side by side, and it's a trick. I mean, it's not a corner you should regularly overtake on, but they were just going for it. I mean, Hamilton was probably banking on Verstappen to ease off, to concede, and Verstappen was counting on backing off by Hamilton, and neither of them did, and that's what led to the collision. And now, yeah, Hamilton will have to deal with the consequences, but still. I don't think I mean I think it was a racing incident, definitely. I don't think there was malicious intent, but I definitely think he should get a penalty. Hamilton should get a penalty, of course. But yeah, it was a racing incident. Still, racing incident does not mean that they should not get penalized. Are you streaming the race or not? Yeah, I'm watching on F1 TV. Do you think Lando will get a podium? Well, now more than ever. I mean, Hamilton will definitely get a penalty that will put him out of the top 5. Max Verstappen is out of the race. So we may see a surprise winner today. Leclerc has to hold on to that lead. Bottas will have to see what he does. And Norris and Ricardo are like, they're looking for blood. So, yeah. If Russell gets a penalty because of understeer, then Hamilton totally gets a penalty as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. So yeah, I completely agree with that. On this chat, I've been called in like the span of 2 seconds a secret Hamilton fan, and now a what was it? A Verstappen fan. So yeah, you can guys get your stuff together. Bottas now has a lot to prove, definitely. Yeah. Approximately 15 minutes until resumption. Okay, so we have an estimated, race start time. So around in 15 minutes, we will get going again. So in 15 minutes, we'll get back going. What's happening? I see Hamilton walking with an umbrella. Yeah, because it's hot. Brake testing? Is it still under investigation? Yeah, still under investigation. How many laps had passed when the incident occurred? 3. It was the third lap. Well, 2.5 actually. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Well, a little bit less now. Probably more like 10 minutes, but still, not much to go. Not much to go, guys. How long does it usually take for a restart? It depends on the damage. Sometimes we get a restart after. Remember what was it? Mugello last year when we had the pileup. That was red flagged, and it was like a 10-minute red flag because they just had to get the cars out and sweep the track, and that was it. But then something like Monza, when they had to reconstruct the barrier, that was like a 40-minute red flag. Or Bahrain last year, that was the biggest one. That was the Grosjean's accident. It was like a 1 hour red flag. So we're now seeing the restart. Kimi Räikkönen, yeah, had a great start. Great start. Oh, that was a big lockup for Ocon, right? Yeah, that was Ocon. Oof. A little bit of a touch there for the Alpine teammates. So everyone is showing the replay now. When will the race continue? In about 10 minutes, we will get a restart. Oh my god, Max's car was totally wrecked. Yeah, mangled completely. They are finishing with the barrier repairs there. Will Mick replace Kim in 2022? Hopefully, no, not probably not for 22, but Ilot I think will. So Bottas was there on the radio trying to find out if there was a penalty or not to see what tires he fits for the restart. That's interesting. What do you think? Oh, who was at fault? I don't think there was. I think it was Hamilton's fault, definitely, but it wasn't something like what the fuck was he doing? No, it was just a mild. I mean, it was a racing incident. It was a racing incident. In even a racing incident, we have different amounts of blame for the different people. So I think it was Hamilton's more to blame. Okay, so race will resume at 15:42 local time. So in 10 minutes now. 10 minutes will the race will restart. So while we are here, I'm gonna have to contractually oblige to ask you to like the stream, please, if you can. It's just a second. It helps us out a ton. If you're enjoying the broadcast, oh well, we've had a broadcast, mostly the red flag so far. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We stream, we commentate on every single important F1 session, qualifying, race, sprint qualifying, and we also do live streams of practice. And yeah, we're here every single race weekend. So if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, feel free to subscribe. It helps us out a ton. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have to take a breather. 1 second, guys. I will be right back. The race restarts in about 10 minutes. I will definitely be back before that, but I have to take just a few seconds. So I'm back. Yeah. Just had to take a few seconds, refill my bottle. It was a little bit low when we started. I forgot to fill it up before the race. And yeah, I had to take the leak as well. So still waiting, indeed. Still waiting. The race will restart in about 7 minutes, 6 minutes. So, well, whatever the stewards decide is going to be a big blow for both championships. I mean, right now, as it stands, Mercedes will walk away with a ton of points, and Red Bull will walk away with 0. What's the gap there? Let me just check the constructor standings. Yeah, I mean, it would put them back neck to neck once again. And if Lewis does not get penalized, he will definitely take the race win, which would give 25 points to Hamilton. And as it stands, let me check the driver standings. Yeah, okay, so that means 50, 60, 70. So yeah, that would almost put Hamilton in the. So yeah, 4 more minutes, and we will get going again. Russell will start from P14. Goddamn, Russell, dude, he just cannot get a break. Cannot. Guys, if you make racist comments on the chat, you will get banned from the channel. I mean, it's as easy as that. I mean, it's common sense. Don't be racist. I mean, I cannot believe I'm having to say this right now. It's 2021, but yeah, racism is bad. I mean, some of you need to hear this. Apparently, if you see any racist comments, you should report them, and if I see them, I will ban you. So I mean, it's insane that I have to say this, but yeah, don't be racist. I think it's the takeaway, which I thought was something that was already understood, but apparently not. So yeah, don't be racist. Pretty much, guys. What happened with Perez and Max? Yeah, Perez screwed up yesterday in qualifying, and Max was punted off today off the track by Hamilton. I mean, so yeah, 2 crashes. Well, 1 crash and 1 big spin yesterday. Right now they are standing DNF and P20. P19, sorry. The first DNF was Max Verstappen of the race. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, I mean, you can guys said whatever. You can insult Hamilton in the chat. You can say cry Milton, fraud Milton. I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, sure, I don't agree with that whatsoever, but it's not racist. So, I mean, I will just ignore your message. But if you make racist comments, I mean, that's yeah. So race will restart in 1 minute. 1 minute, we will get a safety car onto the grid, and I don't know if it will be a standing start or a rolling start. I think it'll be a rolling start, but yeah, safety car restart. Did Hamilton get a penalty? No, no saying has been. Yeah, nothing has been said so far. Do you think another donation by Supermax and Chekhov and Red Bull Racing Honda? Do you think grid place or 10-second stop go? Grid drop is not possible, seeing as the race is already restarting. But I think a stop go could be something that happens. A stop go or a 10-second stop go could be a penalty, could be applied. Maybe even a 20-second penalty or whatever. No, I don't think 20 seconds. It's 5 second, 10 second, then it's drive through, stop go, 5 second stop go, and 10-second stop go. So yeah, those are the penalties that could be applied. And well, if the incident was on the last lap, we could have seen a 20 or 30-second penalty, which is the equivalent of a drive through or a stop go. So yeah, just letting you guys know what everything is. Okay, so race control, safety car will enter the pits. Yeah, okay. For a standing start, we'll have a standing start today. Again, so three standing starts so far this weekend. Soundless Bird donates 70. I don't know what that is. NT. I will donate $50 to Amnesty if Ocon wins. Oh, to Amnesty International if Ocon wins. Well, let's hope that Ocon wins then. Yeah, let's hope. Thank you so much for your donation, dude. So Leclerc is on his first restart in quite a while. And he's complaining that the safety car is getting away. Safety car is going too quick. That's the first time we've heard that. Or going too slow. Oh no, he's complaining that it's going too slow. But he's like a big while back. I mean, at the end of the day, if Hamilton wins, it will just make the championship more spicy now, which is what we all want. Good racing, a close championship, and whoever wins, that it was well earned, a fair fight, and that it was fun to watch, fun to see. So yeah, overall, that's what we all want. So yeah, this is a formation lap. They are going to line up on the grid. Charles Leclerc is pretty much grinding to a halt now as he's making his way to his grid slot. He's on the main straight already. But yeah. Norris, car number 4, is on P4. That's a fun fact. The two McLarens already in position. Then there is Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz. Yeah, so Alonso will get a second start, a second try at his bad start. He had a pretty bad start, but now he will get another chance. So that is Perez at the back of the field, P19 for him, lining up as we speak. And the race restart will be any second now. And it's lights out, and we are racing once again. Charles Leclerc gets away cleanly, gets ahead of Valtteri Bottas, who does not manage to get ahead, and that is Lando Norris slipping his way up into P3. That is, ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Sorry, that was Lewis Hamilton in P2. And that is the Australian keeping his weight, punching above his weight. Sorry. That is Fernando Alonso behind the second McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo, who is ahead of side by side they go Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso. Sebastian Vettel goes around the outside and manages to take the position, but Fernando Alonso does not give up that easily. Around the outside he goes once again and tries to take back, and Sebastian Vettel has spun. Oh, that is something we have not seen in a long while, Vettel spinning. Yep, so Seb has spun once again. They are still racing yellow flag at sector 2. Now the green flag is there. That is one of the McLarens getting past Fernando Alonso, who went wide there. That is Daniel Ricciardo, who got past Fernando Alonso and is now up into P5. So Hamilton is on second place. So Leclerc still leading the race from Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris on P3, then Valtteri Bottas P4, Daniel Ricciardo P5, and that is Fernando Alonso P6 as Esteban Ocon just gets past Antonio Giovinazzi, Pierre Gasly P12. George Russell made up one position, is up into P13 as Sergio Perez moves his way up the field, already up into P16. Sebastian Vettel down in 19th now as we speak, with the fastest lap being traded since this is the first fast lap of the race properly. Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, that is one of the McLarens who's got a lot of smoke on the back. That is Daniel Ricciardo, who's probably having some issues there, and that's Kimi Raikkonen, who's gone wide. Oh no, he's gone back. It was just a timing screen glitch. But that was one of the... Okay, so a time penalty. Lewis Hamilton, 10-second penalty. Lewis Hamilton, 10-second penalty right there. The McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo has a ton of smoke still on the back of it. Carlos Sainz gets past his countryman, Fernando Alonso, for P6. So, the Ferrari up into P6 already. Carlos Sainz, great race. So the smoke doesn't seem to be getting worse on Daniel Ricciardo's car. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was a fluke or whatever, but Kimi Raikkonen P10, P11 for Antonio Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon P9, Lance Stroll P8, Alonso P7, Sainz P6, Ricciardo on 5th, Bottas 4th, Norris 3rd, Hamilton 2nd, and Leclerc is leading this Grand Prix. So the 10-second penalty will be served on the pit stop, and we'll have to see how that affects the results and the bottom line of the race. Right now, we have Leclerc leading from Lewis Hamilton and from Lando Norris. Lando Norris had an amazing restart, gets past one of the two McLarens, one of the two Mercedes, right away. But yeah, right now, Hamilton is now getting closer to Leclerc. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the Ferrari is really on the pace today. Yeah, so we are seeing now a replay of the spin by Vettel. He just lost the car. There was no crash, no contact whatsoever there. He just, lost the car. He just spun. So yeah. Is Hamilton on the hards? I don't think so. Let me just check. No, the only driver on the hards is still Sergio Perez, who is on the same set of hards that he was on at the race start. race control. DRS enabled. Lewis Hamilton 1.7 seconds behind. Leclerc and Norris is already 3.4 seconds behind them. How come Verstappen never gets penalties? Dude, he's off the race. That's the biggest penalty you can get. Lance Stroll is now hunting down the Alpino Fernando. Clearly faster Aston Martin is 9/10 of a second now within the DRS range of the Alpine. Do you think Lando can win? It's highly unlikely unless something happens to Leclerc. The gap is already almost over a third of the gap there, of the penalty. Okay, so the plan has now been changed for Hamilton. He no longer has to manage the tires and keep it clean. He now has to push, and that he did. New fastest first sector by Lewis Hamilton, 1.3. He's closing the gap. He's getting closer and closer to Leclerc. He's no longer managing tires, and he's going out for the gap. Let's see if he can get a 10-second gap there to maintain his championship position, his win of the British Grand Prix there. No penalty for Hamilton. Yeah, he got a 10-second penalty that he will have to serve during the pit stop. Perez already up into P13, so Hamilton, new fastest lap of the race. 1.2 seconds now the gap to Leclerc. He's almost within the DRS distance now. But yeah, Checo all the way P13 now, making his way up the grid with the hard tire, might I add. The technically slower tire, the C1, the slowest tire out of the whole 5 compounds from Pirelli. So Sergio Perez passed George Russell there. Hamilton, yeah, new fastest lap. Let me check what the gaps are right now. 1.2 seconds. And the gap is still shrinking. 1.1 seconds is now the gap. Yeah, Hamilton is not giving up whatsoever on that lead. Valtteri Bottas is still maintaining the gap to Lando Norris, not catching up. Maybe he's saving the tires, but Carlos Sainz is close to Ricciardo. There is a clear gap between the top runners, the top 6, and the rest of the pack right now. So yeah, the midfield start with Fernando Alonso, and the front runners finish with Carlos Sainz by the looks of it. Yeah, it's amazing to see. McLaren are back in the mix. Ferrari regained their position at the front of the pack, but yeah, looks like McLaren are once again, contenders. Not maybe win contenders yet, but yeah, Perez is closing the gap now to Giovinazzi. 0.7 of a second is the gap. He's probably going to get that pass down with DRS any second now. 1.1 seconds, now the gap from Hamilton to Leclerc. How does a 10-second penalty work? Well, it will be added after the race, or no? It will be added on the pit stop. When the driver stops for 10 seconds, no one is allowed to touch the car. And as soon as the 10 seconds are done, yeah, they can go and do the tire change and go. But 10 seconds, he has to be stationary without any sort of assistance or anything in the pit lane. How many laps in this race? 52. We are on lap 9 right now. So, yeah, we have 43 laps remaining. Battle for 7th between Alonso and Stroll, getting heated a little bit more now. Well, a little bit less, sorry. Oh my god, Stroll is, I think, outside of the DRS range right now. But yeah, Hamilton, 1.2 seconds now, the gap. Yeah, so no DRS for Stroll, who was 4.5 tenths lower on the second sector of the circuit. Does he have a drive-through penalty? No, just a 10-second penalty. Alonso, now the gap has shrunk again to 8 tenths of a second. 8 tenths of a second. The gap between Alonso and Stroll. The gap between Hamilton and Leclerc is now once again down to 1.1, but it fluctuates between 1.1 and 1.3. It's now up again to 1.3. So I have no idea what Hamilton is doing there. Do you think Hamilton can make it to P1? I mean, at this rate, no. He's not able to get past the Ferrari. I mean, the Ferrari. It's not even the Red Bull. It's the Ferrari this time. Leclerc's really holding on better than I expected. Yeah, me too. Vettel have some bad turbulence besides Fernando. Well, I doubt it. I mean, that's the only driver we have seen spin in that circumstance. But sure, we'll go with that excuse. I mean, there's been a lot of side-to-side racing this weekend, and none of them has spun. But yeah, whatever. Sure. Why did Hamilton crash into Max? Because they are racing on a Formula One race, and it's something that sometimes happens when you're aggressive. What a yoke, the 10 seconds. Yeah, pretty much, huh? 1.4 now seconds is the gap. Yeah, Hamilton is not pulling away, neither is Leclerc. Norris is saving those tires and is only 4.7 seconds behind. So since the restart, the second lap after the restart, the gap has only widened by 1 second, and it's been 10 laps almost. So I have no idea what's going on there. The Mercedes seems to be really struggling with tire management, mostly around the rear. The rear tires of the Mercedes are a big issue, but still, I mean, they could have changed them for the hard compound during the red flag, but they chose not to. Mic disconnected? Did it? No. Microphone still, the one that I have plugged in. 1.7 seconds now, the gap. What's going on? 1.6. Checo not coming slow. Yeah, Checo P12 got past Antonio Giovinazzi. So, yeah, almost into the top 10 in a few laps. Lando's first win is at a grasp. As it stands, he would get second place. Leclerc would win again. Right now, yeah. Okay, plan B or plan C for Carlos Sainz, who is down in P6 behind Daniel Ricciardo. Are you sleeping? No, I am not sleeping. Although I might sleep, seeing as there's not much going on here in the race. Russell is down in P14, has not made any position since the start. So Leclerc plan B. So Sainz plan C or B, and Leclerc plan B by the looks of it. I desperately want to see a Kimi point. Why? It's not going to celebrate or anything. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Sure. Bot has been told to keep doing what he's doing. He will come to you, whatever that means. Let's see what the gap is there. Yeah, the gap is the same to Norris as it was before. But Sainz and Ricardo are on board with Sergio Perez, who is trying to go around the inside of Pierre Gasly for P11, with P10 really close up ahead on Kimi Raikkonen. 1.5 seconds between the three of them. Also, one last group for the Haas drivers. I mean, yeah, but those don't even count. Those are chicanes, those are not cars. Yeah, the Haas drivers are going through turn 1 as Leclerc is closing in on turn 10. So that's pretty self-explanatory, the performance gap between those there. Hamilton complained about the grip, about the tires. What a surprise there. So Hamilton is looking, okay, so that's why the gap is widening, not shrinking, because they're wanting to cool down the tires for Hamilton before he attempts an overtake. But yeah, so he's maintaining the gap at 1.7. So yeah, the tires of the Mercedes are, yeah, both struggling a little bit more so with the rears. Perez P12 still cannot get past that DRS train of of Gasly and Kimi Raikkonen up ahead. Alonso P7, not bad. No, not bad at all. No! The engine cut on Leclerc's car. No! No, the engine! Oh no! Leclerc's engine is in trouble. Oh no! .1 seconds to gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. Please, Leclerc, don't. Okay, so they are telling him what to put on the wheel there as Valtteri Bottas. It's the new fastest lap. .132.694, the new fastest lap by Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, so the switches are being turned, the cogs are moving on that wheel, and let's see if it's enough for maintaining that lead of the race, keeping that engine alive. Hamilton team radio. Okay, so 7/10 now the gap. Hamilton telling him, Hamilton being told that Leclerc has some issues, that they are happy for him to pick up the pace and get the move done, because the gap is also shrinking to Norris behind. So less than half a second is what splits the two cars there. A little bit more now as they exit the corner. But yeah, still, it's quite close there. DRS for Hamilton, or not so far? No, not so far. Fastest lap of the race. 9/10 is the gap now. New fastest lap for Bottas. Oh, another cut again for Leclerc. This might be it for him. This might be it. What lap? We are on lap 17 of 52 right now. Leclerc, once again, team radio. We are trying to solve it. We think that with what we told you, the changes should be fine. So let's hope Leclerc is back on full pace there. The gap now 0.6 seconds. Black and white flag for Gasly for exceeding track limits. DRS for Lewis Hamilton around the back straight. The thing is, if Leclerc does not DNF but holds off Lewis Hamilton, the gap may stay the same. The gap is still 5.7 to Norris right now, 5.8 still, around 6 seconds. And if they do the pit stops and Hamilton has the penalty, then Norris may finish ahead, may get ahead of Hamilton and hold him off and get ahead. All right now we are hearing from Ferrari, the team, the pit wall, that the issue seems to be fixed. So let's see how that evolves through the rest of the race. We are starting to see some blistering around the front right of Lewis Hamilton's tire. Big up over 1 second now, and now down to 8/10. Once again, DRS for Lewis Hamilton. 6/10 now. The gap between second and first position, 5.7. The gap down to third. And Valtteri Bottas still 7 seconds behind the leader, so 2 seconds pretty much. 1.1.5, almost 2, to Lando Norris. Daniel Ricciardo 16, 17 seconds off the leader, with Carlos Sainz really close behind, 8/10 behind actually, with DRS. Raikkonen, Perez coming into the pits. Perez with the hard tire coming into the pits. So is Norris. So the pit stops have already started. Sebastian Vettel coming in as well. So the strategies are okay. So Perez puts on a set of medium tires. Is it gonna go for the two-stop? He may go for the two-stop. New set of... That is the hard tire for George Russell. Any update on Leclerc's engine? Yeah, it seems to be fixed now, the issue. So I don't know what's going on with Perez's strategy there. I mean, he was on the hards and stopped right now for the mediums after 19 laps only of racing, but whatever. New fastest lap by Leclerc. Blisters on both sides. Now I'm pushing. Lewis Hamilton's complaining about blistering on both sides of the. Oh, Charles Leclerc. Yeah, Charles Leclerc, new fastest lap of the race. So we are now on board. Well, not on board, but we are looking at the Ricardo Sainz battle, the one I told you about a few seconds ago. With the battle for P5, really close battle there. Esteban Ocon coming into the pits as we speak from P9. Is Sainz trying to overtake? Yes, he is. Lando Norris team radio. 100% pace for Lando Norris, as he has 1.3 seconds behind the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. Latifi coming into the pits as we are seeing the battle between the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Raikkonen and Sergio Perez's Red Bull. Side by side they go. This is some brilliant racing. Around the inside he tries to go, but Kimi Raikkonen manages to hold his place ahead of the Red Bull, but with DRS, I think this might get the move done. Indeed, he does. Sergio Perez gets ahead and up into P13. Hamilton can get past Leclerc. No, he cannot. Next year will be fucking exciting. Yes, it will. How many laps left? We're on lap 21 now as Ricardo is into the pits trying to do the undercut on Carlos Sainz by the looks of it. A little bit of a slow stop, 2.8 there for Daniel, who fitted the hard compound tires. "21 of 52 laps already done. Leclerc is still leading from Lewis Hamilton. Lando Norris taking that third position. Valtteri Bottas is right behind him on fourth, and Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso on P6. Lance Stroll on P7 with Pierre Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo on P9. Giovinazzi rounds out the top 10 as Lando Norris now comes into the pits and Charles Leclerc team radio. What did he say? Oh, worried about the undercut. Okay, yeah, but he's got a 10-second penalty, Hamilton, so I don't know. So let's see. Lando's stop. What's going on there? Lando, the rear tire, a very bad stop. 6 seconds there. So Norris just lost out on a podium probably, and maybe not on Sainz, but yeah, Bottas is now definitely ahead on the stop. What a bad stop for McLaren. Their stops have never been quite good. I don't know what's going on there, but Mercedes are preparing for that's probably Bottas to react to Hamilton's to Hamilton's. Oh my god, I cannot speak today. To react to Norris's stop. How many laps left? We have 30 laps left. Yeah, so what happened there? So the rear tire was just not going on, the right rear. So Bottas is coming in right now. Let's see what happens here. Yes, very blistered that front left tire for Bottas. Let's see, if it's a clean stop, he will finish up ahead. It was perfect, a good stop for him, 2.2 seconds, and he's now not only ahead of, he's ahead of the McLaren, ahead of Lando Norris. And also Lando came behind Fernando, so that's another issue there. Oh, and Bottas did as well. Bottas is also behind Fernando. Oh, damn, so that advantage is completely gone. So they now both have to get past one of the hardest drivers to overtake this weekend, Fernando Alonso. Valtteri Bottas seems to go side by side and manages to do so easily. He gets up into P4, and yeah, Lando Norris is now got the job, but Fernando's not giving up that easily. He's trying to go defensive, late apex to try to regain that position maybe, but that position is definitely gone. Let's see, Lando Norris, will he get past Fernando anytime soon? 4 tenths is the gap, as Alonso is 6 tenths behind Valtteri Bottas. A 4-second slower stop. It was like a 5-second time penalty that Lando got there, pretty much. So let's see, Lando's trying to go for the move around the outside, around the inside, and yes, he gets it done on turn 16. Lando Norris gets past Fernando Alonso into turn 16, and up into P6 he goes. Lance Stroll into the pits on P7. So this is within the pit window of the medium tire. The medium tire's pit window was between lap 18 and 25. So this makes sense that everyone is pitting right now. Antonio Giovinazzi is also in the pits, I think. Has Hamilton taken the penalty? Not so far. He has not stopped. So yeah, Giovinazzi was into the pits and is now come out on P15 behind the Williams of George Russell. Charles Leclerc, team radio. Do not upshift if the engine is cut. Okay. So it's probably an energy problem there with the Ferrari that they have managed, as the gap down to Hamilton is 2.5 seconds once again. That is the Alpine of Fernando Alonso probably going to come in any second now, as the crew are getting ready for him. And yes, as I said, Fernando is into the pit lane. Two-time world champion, stopping on the Alpine garage. Will it be a clean stop? No, it's not. It wasn't as bad as Lando's, probably a 5-second stop, so a 3-second delay. Therefore, Fernando, and will that be enough to drop him down a position on Lance Stroll? We will have to see where he comes out. I think not. I think he manages to stay side by side, and he lost the position around the inside into turn 2. He lost the position to Lance Stroll with that pit stop there. A slow pit stop for Alonso. Oh, and around the inside. He goes around the inside, and yeah, Fernando's passed. Fernando is up into P9. So Alonso up into P9 as Mazepin gets past Schumacher when Schumacher pits. So that's not an actual pass, but still. So Fernando P9. So far, the drivers that have not pitted, let me just update you guys. Leclerc has not pitted. Hamilton. Oh, who said problem? Fernando said problem. Is he okay? Is his car fine? I mean, it seems fine. Right, let's hope that it was an old message. So Leclerc, Hamilton, and Sainz have not pitted, nor have Gasly or Tsunoda. And from then on down, everyone except for Mazepin has pitted. So the top three, and then the two AlphaTauris have not, and then everyone else has. So the two Ferraris, Lewis Hamilton, Gasly, and Yuki Tsunoda for the points paid positions. Bottas now holds the fastest lap. I don't know if that happened recently or not. I just noticed it. I think it was a while ago, yeah. So Leclerc being told to extend as much as he can. Okay, go as far as he can. He has not seen any drop-off so far, so he can continue putting on the laps. Yeah, the commentary is slightly delayed, but there's nothing. I have missed my wife's birth because of F1. Love you, Stacy. Priorities. Nice. Priorities. Is it possible to use the soft to the end? No, no way. Bottas in radio. Rear left is the one to look after. I'm going to sell my Mercedes thanks to Luis to buy a Honda. Well, if you do buy a Honda, make it an NSX. A new one would be fine, but a classic 94 NSX, a 1990 NSX, yeah. Red, oh, black roof, my absolute favorite car. Lewis Hamilton into the pits right now with the penalty. Let's see where he comes out. Front left tire is, it's knackered. It's gone. Let's see what the stop is. 10 seconds, nothing they can do. Just cooling the car a little bit. Okay, and the stop is go, and it's a clean stop for Lewis Hamilton, who, let's see where he comes out. Behind Lando Norris, definitely. Behind Lando Norris. So clean air ahead. Seen as Daniel Ricciardo is going to get past Pierre Gasly around the pit straight right now. The gap is non-existent there. Or will he not? Will he not get ahead? No, he won't. He's been really held back, Daniel Ricciardo, by the AlphaTauri there. 8 tenths is now the gap between those two. That is Ferrari preparing to bring at least one of those drivers in. Maybe Leclerc. Oh no, probably won't be Leclerc. I don't know who that will be. Hamilton is now down in 5th position. Bottas now holds the fastest lap on 3rd. Leclerc and Sainz are 1-2. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari right now as we speak. What the fuck? But yeah, never thought I would hear that today. Do I have Carlos Sainz on my fantasy team? Or did I remove him and put Fernando in his place or Gasly? Let me just check my fantasy team real quick. Okay, so Leclerc did not come in, so it may be Sainz who is coming in. Yeah, okay, so Carlos Sainz is coming in for a set of hard tires. Okay, so I have Sainz on my fantasy team. I have to take Gasly out for Fernando, but I will do that tomorrow. So Carlos Sainz into the pits. Not a good stop. Not a good stop. Definitely not a good stop for Carlos Sainz. My God, what's going on there? Is that on? I think that's on. 12-second stop. Today's the pit stop disaster for the whole grid. That is Yuki Tsunoda. No, Pierre Gasly coming out. Yeah, right behind Carlos Sainz. He was like 10 seconds back now, and is now right on his tail. Coming out P6, Carlos Sainz, and P11, Pierre Gasly. Okay, so no, I was severely mistaken there. There was a delay, or... Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Carlos Sainz came out... Okay, so yeah, the front left just didn't want to go in. Okay, so that was it. Yeah. So they just screwed up their pit stops. And Leclerc is preparing to come in right now. Carlos Sainz behind Daniel Ricciardo right now. Was that a clean stop? That was a really clean stop. That's exactly what they needed. And Charles Leclerc is in front. He retains the lead of the British Grand Prix. He's more than a pit stop ahead right now. Yeah, he still has a 26-second gap to Bottas. Oh, okay, no. They just updated. It's a 7-second gap to Bottas now. All right, that makes sense. Lewis Hamilton, new fastest lap of the race. Of course, fresh tires, new tires, and clean air for the Brit, who is on 4th position now. Gasly passed Ocon. Hamilton 1.4 seconds faster than Norris right now. 1.2 seconds. Yeah, he's gonna get past any second now. Yuki forgot to pit. Yeah, I think so. Never thought I would turn out to be a Ferrari fanboy after Schumacher. That happens. That does happen. Would Schumacher be a decent driver in another car? Yeah, I think he would be on faster than Latifi. Definitely faster than Latifi. Just for reference. So Norris and Hamilton now battling for P3, the bottom of the podium. The McLaren and the Mercedes battling on track, on merit, on pure pace. 7-time world champion. Yeah, I think Hamilton is 7 now. 7-time world champion battling with the young promise on the British car. Yuki Tsunoda coming finally into the pits. That was extremely a US accent. Side by side go Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris, and Lewis Hamilton manages to stay ahead and gets that position from Lando Norris. 6 tenths now clear of the Brit. His Mercedes was just on fire right now. Fresh tires, 2 Hasses up ahead, 2 lap, and then that's Valtteri Bottas. So Mazepin letting those 2 go. It's time for Valtteri James. Yes, definitely it's time for Valtteri James. And this time it's necessary. For the first time in quite a while, it's necessary for a Valtteri James. Sergio Perez already up into P9, into the points, and back in behind the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Striking distance from Hamilton to Bottas in 2 laps by AWS. Let Lewis pass for the championship. Yeah, pretty much. Valtteri, Lewis is faster than you. Confirm that you got the message. Gasly, watch your track limits, no more allowed. So another black and white flag for Gasly for exceeding track limits. If he gets past once again, he's going to get a 5-second penalty. That was spot on, thank you. So that is Carlos Sainz with DRS on Daniel Ricciardo for P5, trying to make up the screw up of his pit crew. And yeah, he's now right on the back of the McLaren on P5. So the problem was engine mapping for Leclerc. Engine mapping management. What is the gap between Leclerc and Bottas? It's 9.5 seconds, dude. How many laps to go? 20 laps to go. Well, actually 19 laps to go. Lap 33 of 52 right now. Yeah, so Leclerc looks like he's gonna win the race. Sorry, was Lewis penalized? Yeah, he already served this penalty. That's why he was down on P5. Now got up to P3. How many laps to go? Now 18 laps to go. We're on lap 34 of 52. Carlos Sainz still behind Daniel Ricciardo. 5/10 is now the gap. Lando Norris team radio. Bottas is blistering his front left a lot. You might be able to get him at the end of the race. So Norris, 2.4 seconds, still maintaining the gap. Surprisingly, behind Lewis Hamilton, who is closing in on Valtteri Bottas. 4.2 the gap now to Bottas from Hamilton. Let me go on board with those two. Let's see. Hammy. Clean air for him. Clean air for Hamilton. Ricardo, team radio. You're doing well. Okay, so yeah, keep your head down, do your job, and keep that Ferrari behind, for the love of God, pretty much is what is being told for the championship. Oh, damn. So Leclerc's got some more margin, even, yeah, he's got some more pace to give. Why did Hamilton drop off? I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. He should have been much closer. Maybe, yeah, they're trying to close up with both cars to Leclerc, but that doesn't seem to be the case because the gap is staying at 9 seconds. So I have no clue what the strategy is here. 3.5 seconds is now the gap from Hamilton to Bottas. Perez still on P9, now 6/10 behind Lance Stroll. Carlos Sainz, DRS once again. Trying to get past his last year's car. Mercedes has to pick up the pace. Oh yeah, definitely. What tires is Charles on? Hard tires. Can Leclerc win this? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's on course to win this right now. Ricardo under pressure. Yeah, he's been under pressure for like 10 laps now, and he's kept his head cool and the Ferrari behind. The gap between Vettel and Mazepin is 50 seconds. 50. God. So Alonso down to Ocon. It's a pretty big DRS train, pretty much. 9 tenths, 8 tenths, 1.1, 1.2 seconds, all the way down to Raikkonen. Raikkonen has got a train of his own there. Wait until lap 51, then Valtteri, it's James. If it's lap 51, it's going to be, instead of Valtteri, it's James, it's going to be let Lewis pass for the championship. So, yeah, it's going to be much closer to that, I think, if it's on the last lap. Jose Freilan Gonzalez was the last. Yeah, okay, so they're just saying here on the broadcast that 1951, 70 years ago, Jose Freilan Gonzalez won on Ferrari, for Ferrari on here the British Grand Prix. And now 70 years later, Leclerc is winning for Ferrari again. So Hamilton has been closing in on Bottas right now around the 4th lap. Pepe Gonzalez. So 10 years ago, 10 years ago, Fernando Alonso used the car of Jose Freilan Gonzalez for a show run on Silverstone and won the race. And this weekend, Leclerc will use that car for a show run, and now he's on course to win the race. So yeah, fun fact of the week right there. Yeah, there's not much going on track, so to give us some entertainment right now. Leclerc 8 seconds ahead of Bottas, who is 2.5 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Norris, Ricardo behind, 1.1 second behind is Carlos Sainz. Alonso is 18 seconds adrift with Stroll, Perez and Gasly behind him. Ocon also close by. Raikkonen a little bit far behind with Tsunoda, Russell, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Vettel behind, and then Mazepin and Schumacher are on their own race. 30 degrees is track temperature, is the weather with 48 degrees, the track temperature. Sector 1, purple sector 1 for Hamilton. Perez closing in on Stroll. Perez P9. I said it's going to make it maybe up to P7, into the top 10, but not deep into the top 10. So, and yeah, so far it's been quite true. Fastest sector, Hamilton, sector 2. All right, so we are lining up for a new fastest lap there. Let me check the mini sectors. Are they all purple? Come on, data channel, load. There we go. Yeah, and okay, not a purple third sector, but still, I think that's enough for a new fastest lap, isn't it? Yeah, new fastest lap, 1:30.594. 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds is now the gap from Hamilton to Bottas. And with 13 laps remaining, he will have to make up a second a lap if he wants to get past Leclerc. Sergio Perez into the pits with those medium tires. Yeah, I knew he was going to have to stop again. Is he going to fit another set of mediums? What the hell is going on here? Gonna lose a ton of positions. It's gonna go all the way down to 12th, even lower than that. Yeah, I mean, that's not gonna be points for him. None whatsoever. Good stop for Perez. 1.9 was it? Or 2.0? 2.0 second pit stop. Why is Perez pitting? Because they did a stupid strategy. That's pretty much why. And Perez is now P17. Yeah, he's not gonna get any points today. .8 seconds the gap between Hamilton and Bottas now. Half a second lower. Let's see, Perez making his way up the grid once again. Past Vettel right now. Up ahead, Latifi, and yeah, he's 1.3 seconds behind. I think Mercedes wants Bottas to let Hamilton by to maximize points for Hamilton, but they just played long. Yeah, maybe, probably. Okay, right as I say that, I just hear team order: do not fight with Lewis for Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, so they're gonna let him pass. Thovias, you were completely right. Why is Hamilton not catching up? Yes, 1.1 second is now the gap to Bottas, and he's gonna be let past. We invert the car into turn 15. Okay, so yeah, Hamilton is through right now. Yes, Hamilton is through. P2 right now for Hamilton, 8.8 seconds the gap, and just over 10 laps to go, 11 laps remaining to the British Grand Prix, and Hamilton will have to go hunting. A new fastest lap for him, as Sergio Perez will get past Nicolas Latifi for P15. Oh, someone just said the game in chat. That's not cool, bro. The game. Oh, that's not cool. Do you think they can catch Leclerc? Let's see how the gap shrinks. That's going to be interesting. Ricardo still ahead of Carlos Sainz. Vettel team radio. Vettel retiring the car. Vettel's done. Yeah. Vettel's done. Yeah, Vettel, who was fighting for P6 at one point of the race, then spent all the rest of the race behind Nicolas Latifi, and is now retiring the car. So let's see the forecast for the Hamilton-Leclerc battle. Striking distance in 9 laps is the prediction here. 9 laps is the prediction. 7.7 seconds now the gap. 1 second down in 1 lap. Yeah, clean air for Lewis. Sergio Perez gets past Antonio Giovinazzi there for P14. Please put laps on the screen. Dude, you have them right there. You have them right there. Driver, and then it's the lap. 7.2 seconds now the gap. Yeah, so that is Vettel retiring with 10 laps to go to this race, P19, and the second retirement of the day. Who's your driver of the day? Leclerc, definitely. I mean, not because the way he inherited the lead, but because the way he held the lead. That is getting past George Russell, Sergio Perez up into P13. Defend, Danny, defend. Yeah, Danny has been defending for around 20 laps now. Carlos has not been able to get past. He's still within half a second, though. Bottas in radio. Okay, so Lewis predicted to catch Leclerc by the end. Just try to keep up to follow him. So Bottas now, yeah, trying to maintain the gap. Norris is 10 seconds behind, so probably not going to be an issue. So Bottas was told, let Hamilton pass for the championship. No, well, it was a few laps earlier, so it was the Hamilton is faster than you. So yeah, that's pretty much what it was there. So 6 seconds now the gap. 6 seconds. Leclerc in radio. Mode race full push till the end. 1.2 seconds faster was Hamilton's lap compared to Leclerc's this last lap. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream so far, if you enjoyed the race, if you enjoyed the commentary, whatever it is, if you enjoyed looking at the chat, make sure you like the stream and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future streams and so you can support us. It really helps us out a ton. So don't forget to do that. 6 seconds, now the gap to Leclerc. Carlos Sainz still behind Daniel Ricciardo. Could you say with the same voice, Baltry is changed? Yeah, but it's an English accent, so it's Baltry, it's James, but yeah, it's not with I use the Italian accent because it's Ferrari. Those two were Ferrari. The Fernando's faster than you, and the let Michael pass for the championship was also. But yeah, sure, I can do Valtteri. It's James, but I mean that wouldn't make any sense. Well, I mean, it would make sense. It just, I mean, yeah, it's not the same. I don't know. Russell is faster than you. Yeah, pretty much. I misclicked and ended up here. Well, welcome here, Sue Fox. Hope you're doing okay. Five seconds now, the gap to Leclerc. How many laps to go? Oh, Sergio Perez replay. Let's see. What happened there? Did it crash? Or was this just a pass on Tsunoda? Oh, so they collided a little bit there. Hope that's not a puncture. Okay, so Sergio Perez is up into P12 right now. Oh, let me switch the earbuds. Yeah, it's starting to hurt one of my ears, so I switch and put on the other one. I only have one at a time, so I can do that. Rest the inside of my ear. It's been 5 days since you look at me. Okay, let's not get a copyright strike here. Hamilton 1 second faster per lap still. 4.4 is now the gap to the race leader Charles Leclerc. Alonso holding that. Yeah, Alonso's holding his ground, dude. Alonso P7. That's amazing. What happened to Vettel? He retired the car. Striking distance in 4 laps for Hamilton. Sergio Perez being closed. The door was closed in front of him by, that was Kimi Räikkönen, right? Yeah, Kimi Räikkönen. 4.2 The gap now to 4.1. The gap now to Leclerc. The C in Leclerc is silent. Yeah, Leclerc. Yeah, I know. I was just memeing around. I mean, I've said Leclerc plenty of times. But oh, a donation here by Marnie Horan. Thank you so much for the sticker, for your donation, and for your support of the stream. .5 seconds. It's hammer time. We're seeing the signs, the flags there. 3.5 seconds now. The gap to Leclerc. The cheers from the crowd as the black Mercedes is hunting down that Ferrari there. 3.3 seconds. Perez 4/10 to Raikkonen. Perez gets past. Not this corner, maybe next one. How many laps to go? Just a few. 8 laps to go, guys. 8 laps to go. 3 seconds is now the gap. 3 seconds. Monza 2019 flashbacks. Yeah. yeah. Lewis Hamilton team radio. He's picking up the pace, man. Lewis, you are looking strong, he's being told. He's still being 1 second a lap faster than Leclerc. And Perez is going to get past Raikkonen. Let's see. Has it happened already, and have I not been informed? On board with Sergio. If it loads. Okay, not able to make the move so far, no. Alpine double points. Yeah, that's huge for them. P10 and P7 for Alpine. Yeah. To not be left behind and to maybe be in contention for with Aston Martin and with AlphaTauri. Therefore, for the yeah. Oh, so Perez now gets past Kimi Raikkonen. Let's see, Gasly team radio. Oh, puncture for Gasly. Yellow flag. Oh, that is an Alfa Romeo. That is Antonio Giovinazzi. Oh, Kimi Raikkonen. That is Kimi. Who is he was really wide. So Gasly and Raikkonen got severe setbacks as we speak. So Perez already into the points. That means Perez in P10. So let's see what happened there with Kimi. Did the wheels tangle? Yeah, the wheels did tangle. Oof. That's a iffy move, Perez. That's an iffy move. 2 seconds now, Hamilton. 1.9 seconds, Hamilton to Leclerc with 4 laps remaining. 4 laps to go, and Hamilton is chasing down Leclerc. Kimi needs to retire. Yeah, I'm not saying I disagree with you. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton is doing a hell of a race of a recovery drive, of everything. 1.5 seconds is now the gap to Leclerc. I mean, if he takes the win, it's a fully deserved win today. I would be happy with that. You guys know me, and you guys remember last season, every single race when Hamilton won, that I was like, okay, Hamilton won, let's move on. But yeah, today, if he wins, it's just, completely fully deserved. 1.4 seconds now the gap. 3/10 faster per sector. Does Hamilton have a penalty? No. Hamilton has already served this penalty. 1.3, 1.2 seconds now the gap. Lapping the Alfa Romeo of, that is Giovinazzi? Yeah, they're going to be lapping that pack there, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Gasly. The gap is 1 second now. DRS within this lap. Lewis Hamilton within DRS range of Charles Leclerc, 8 tenths of a second there. 8 tenths of a second. Latifi leaving the space for the battle for the win of the race. Let's see, 9 tenths. 9 tenths is the gap, 8 tenths. DRS for Lewis Hamilton, 3 laps remaining, 5 tenths, 5 tenths, 4 tenths. Sergio Perez into the pits? Sergio Perez into the pits? What? Russell is 1 position away from points then. Russell is 1 position away from points. Russell P11, guys. Perez pits, I don't know why, but Russell P11. 6 tenths there. 6 tenths there for the gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. 9 tenths. No, Perez has not retired. He may have had a puncture. He's going to put on the softs and steal away the lap from Lewis Hamilton. Since he had a puncture, he's going to steal away the lap and remove 1 point from the championship for Mercedes there. George Russell P11. Oh, that is Lewis Hamilton getting the move done around the outside. He goes. Oh, and Charles Leclerc goes wide. And the crowd roars. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the British Grand Prix on the Mercedes. 50 laps. Lewis Hamilton now into the lead after a hard fought comeback. Lewis Hamilton is now leading the race. Charles Leclerc P2 and Valtteri Bottas on third, with George Russell 3 seconds away from points. 3 seconds away. Russell is on P11, guys. Russell is on P11. What a move there. What a move. Yes, Hamilton is into the lead. Tom Cruise celebrating there. Hamilton getting past the Ferrari. .92 seconds now, the gap to Leclerc. Easy on the curves, Hamilton has been told. 1.5 laps to go. Getting past Antonio Giovinazzi, P13. Norris moving up into third in the championship after this, and Hamilton getting 26 points. It's going to be 185 to 178 for Hamilton, so it's all swung back. It's still all to play for, and it's going to be a really good year, this one, for the championship. Russell down into P12 now. All right, so that hurts a little bit less. I mean, if he would have finished P11, that would have hurt a little bit more, but now that it's on P12, okay, I can live with that. New fastest lap for Sergio Perez, so the lap has been stolen away from Hamilton. 1 less point for Hamilton, 1 less point for Mercedes. Yeah. So they would rather... okay, so there was no puncture. They would rather, instead of Perez keeping a point for himself to take a point away from Hamilton. Every single point counts on this championship battle, and Red Bull know it. That's why they put Perez on the soft compound for the remaining the last 3 laps. To just steal away that point from Lewis Hamilton and to make it his own. Well, it's not gonna get a point because it's not on the top 10, but still. The grandstands are packed to capacity. Everyone is cheering for Lewis Hamilton there, who is closing in. Yeah, this is the last lap. Last lap. Lewis Hamilton. Oh, so Verstappen is at the hospital right now. Lewis Hamilton across the finish line. He finishes first. He wins the British Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton ahead of Leclerc, who is on second place. Leclerc for the Ferrari. That is great for the championship for him. Bottas third, Norris and Ricciardo fourth and fifth. McLaren finally getting a solid double point finishing. Carlos Sainz makes his way up to sixth with Fernando Alonso managing to keep his head and that seventh position in which he started. P8 for Lance Stroll. Esteban Ocon, double points for Alpine, and Yuki Tsunoda grabs out that last point there. P10 for Yuki Tsunoda, for the Japanese driver, who has not had that much luck at the beginning of the season when the car was at its best. Yuki Tsunoda, P10. Fastest lap goes to Sergio Perez, so no point for fastest lap will be awarded this race. That was a British Grand Prix, huh? A little bit dull at the beginning, but then it got intense, and it was a fun race. Thank you all so much for watching, for sticking around. It was the third session we did this weekend. First time we do 3 sessions in one weekend. It was fun. My throat hurts a little bit, but nothing that can be fixed with some tea and some honey. So thank you all so much for watching, for coming here. What a race. I really enjoyed it. Don't forget, guys, to like the stream. It helps us continue to do this every single race weekend. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. British win for a British driver. Thank you all so much. And we will see you all next week. Well, no, it's next week. What's the next race? Let me just check. Schedule, Hungary, July 30th. Not next week, the one after that. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, in 2 weeks. We will see you all, guys. Take care. Wash your hands. And love you.